Thursday night pre-made chumps of the CRL. It's the summer season. It is chumps night here. In the Thursday pre-made match, we got the Old Guys Texas versus the Toronto Falters coming your way here in our, I believe this is the bronze 1 bracket. So we do have, our finals coming your way. And it is going to be Toronto starting things off, going to be first into this hard point, getting those first few points here. Swanee's going to be in the contest, looking one way. Shinigami's going to be on the other side of the wall, and I don't know. I mean, they have to be aware that they're there here, but Swanee's going to go down. Frosty will come in for the cleanup, pops 3 in a row there. Actually picks up all 3 players, clears at the point, but Tweak is on a 5 to start this one off, and I mean, that's a great way to open up the night for sure. Looking to see if they can secure this cruise missile here, trying to get away. Ling is chasing this one down and is not able to actually finish the kill. I mean, Tweak is going to get away here. Tweak looking to try and pick this one up. Carmi, and Tweak is actually going to get that one done. Carmi's going to find one on the point. Tweak's going to have a cruise missile off in the first 60 seconds of this map. It will be a cruise in the back pocket and ready to go already. OGT is going to be set up here over towards P2, and they are trying to, push this one out. They are going to have those very close spawns there, and you can see Ling and Swanee both chiming in with kills. The trade is there, but OGT hangs on to those back spawns, and they're going to be able to, have a lot of space here to kind of shoot for. Shinigami's going to find one, almost gets the second kill there. Not able to find that one, as it's going to be, still OGT's point right now, going to be on a 5 spree here, looking to be one off the cruise as well. As you can see, the rotation is on the way. Carmi is, still trying to push this, get some of this last little scrap time. Is going to get one, but Ray's going to get the trade there and find that kill. So Old Guys Texas is going to be going up here, up about 30 points, going to the next hill. That is going to be Toronto, all set up there around that one. You're going to have number 5 in the middle of the map. Carnage getting this cut off, finds Ling. Ling will go down. Ray did get the cruise missile in the back pocket as well, so you're going to see Ray with one available. Both sides will have a cruise missile up and on the board now as we go forward. As we're going to see where things are going to continue to move out here. You're going to see Ling back in the corner here. And Shinigami as well is going to take a teammate down along with Ling. The nades come flying in. The cruise missile's not there to block it off for some reason. So you will see that go through. And going to be some big kills from Ray. Not able to find another. Swanee is actually going to take out Ray along with Carmi and is going to go down in the process. So Old Guys Texas, the team kills coming in on both sides for the time being here. Ling looking to find one at point blank. Is going to get jumped on though and will get taken out. Big kill from Ray there. Is currently up to 12-2 actually. So, coming on a pretty good hot streak here and is going to look for where these players are coming from. They're going to be coming from every single direction basically here. Carmi is going to, pick one up, and Ling is going to be the last one, or excuse me, Ray will be the last one available. But the rest of the team is going to fall. It's going to be all Toronto all over this hill right now. OGT spawning in from pretty far away right now. You can see they're coming in all the way from the right edge of that map, and they have a lot of players to go through. You're going to have Shinigami here set up with the MCW and is going to find one and back away here and should spot a second one there as well. Is going to have that rival available to go hunting as Ray's looking to find these shots out, and Ling's actually going to catch Shinigami. So I mean, Ray gets saved there in the process, and this does mean that there's going to be a pinch coming in from OGT, and that's going to be Carnage going down. Frosty gets another team kill. What is with these guys and killing the teammates? It's not, it's not a red indicator. You shouldn't be shooting at them, but they're going to pull that trigger anyways. Ling is going to be here on the point, and it looks like Toronto is going to be okay giving up these last 10 seconds. They are going to go into the second set of rotations here, down a little over 30 points. And you can see Swanee's already set up here in P1. The Toronto players are fighting 4v2 on this hill, and they're just getting absolutely torn to shreds. 2-for-1 trade is going to go down. Carmi's going to be looking for another here, as it's going to go back and forth, the pinstripe kill feed. But at the end of the day, OGT is going to have this hill, and there's going to be no one from Toronto basically anywhere nearby except for Tweak. Ling is going to be on a 6 streak as well, so there's going to be another cruise missile in the hands of OGT. Not really the best hill to use it on. This one's indoors. Actually, I think you can probably get it through the ceiling there, but they won't even need it right now. As you're going to see another contestation. Carmi's going to be on the point, gets shot in the back though by Frosty. Frosty's going to find 2, gets traded out, but Tweak finds 2, clears the point, and is going to find another on towards Ling. That's 3 in a row. Ray's going to try to come in from the back and is not able to find Tweak and shut that one down, but it's going to continue to just be a mess on the point. Big kill from Shinigami, but will get traded out. As we're going to head towards P2, the score differential still 30 points. Both teams picking up about 10 points on that P1. It was a heavily contested P1, but Toronto is going to be here and is going to get absolutely just cleared out of P2. The hill will pop. There's nobody home from Toronto. And Shinigami is going to have to wait for teammates here and is going to catch one. Frosty goes down, but Ling is going to catch two on the rotate. 3 dead from Toronto. Means that they got to come from all the way across on the other side of the map. And we're going to see briefly here, it's going to be Toronto just clearing house right now. They're going to break right through the middle. It's going to force OGT to spawn a little farther south here. And Karmi's going to find another kill that will clear up the last player on the point. As that's a 4th team kill this map. What is going on? Ling's going to be here on the point. Finds one, looking for a second player. Shinigami's going to be around that corner, but not actually on that hill. The Shinigami's going to go all the way around the edge, though, and it looks like there's going to be a couple players trying to hit this late. But Toronto is hitting it a little bit too late. You're going to get your 10 seconds of scrap time, but you've lost the rotation to the other side of the map. It's only Carnage over here in a 1v4. There's players every which way possible. Players are going to be coming. They know that one player's behind because they touched the point on old there. But number 2, Ling is going to come in on the flank, just picks up Karmi. And it's just players spawning behind players. Number 5 on the map, Carnage, is going to get shot in the back again. And Toronto's actually going to have the close spawns here. Ling is going to find one, gets traded out. Swanee's going to be here on the hill. But, I mean, again, look at the spawns here. Carnage spawned behind somebody again for the second time, it seems like, in, 2 lives. As Toronto's continuing to spawn all the way in the back. Close on the hill, but they're not able to get much more than this. Ling's going to find one before going down. The nades not connecting here, as teams are both considering, thinking about going next. Tweak is going to hit 5. It's 24 and 11 right now, and does have a cruise missile in the back pocket. Just doubled that up as well, but you only get one, so nothing saved basically out of it. As we're going to see where things go. As it's going to be, Ray's going to be looking over this hill and is going to jump out the window and somehow picks up that kill on towards Tweak. I don't know how, but are they able to finish that one off and secure the point right now for the side of OGT. As you see, Frosty's going to be, pushing this one out down the hall and is going to be clearing the players out. Bar is going to be fixed up. Carnage is going to find both those kills here. And someone's calling it a cruise. It's Tweak standing there. And this player spawned right on top of him, basically. So Shinigami's going to find one, but Carnage will get caught from the side. That's going to be Frosty there. As they're going to get taken out. Frosty's going to get taken down, though, in response. Shinigami's getting wall banged and is enough of a distraction. But Ray's going to find that trade. Ray's going to go down. It's just back and forth, back and forth. OGT holding a 40-point lead here. As we head towards our 3rd rotation, there's still 20 seconds to go here, so still plenty of time. And you can see OGT is coming for this hill. As Karmi's going to find another one there and pick that one up. You can see Tweak is just continuing to pop off. 28 kills, leading the lobby right now, and almost 2.0 KD. And it's still not enough right now. OGT is still down, or excuse me, Toronto is still down 15 points for the time being. We're going to see as we head towards our next rotation. Trophy won't save his life as he's going to fall. Swanee is looking here in mid, trying to find anybody every which way. But the side of Toronto is spawning out on the P2 half the map. They'd like to keep these spawns as we head through this hill because they're just, it's just so contested. You just want to have that stave for P2. Tweak is going to be in, finds one, ends up going down. Shinigami there for the trade, looking to make it a second, but Ling puts some shots into Shinigami, forced to back down, and it's going to be Toronto here. Finally clearing out these players, but right as we say that, Swanee comes in, finds one, not able to find a second, as that's going to be Tweak and Karmi both picking up kills. You can see the attention is turning towards P2. It's going to be number 7 on the map, Karmi, holding down that lane. Is able to find one, able to find two there. Carnage and Karmi both chiming in with kills. Frosty's, has to basically divert around the back and is going to find Carnage. Great pickup to clear the point and is going to get caught on that mantle. But Toronto should have this P2 locked down early on. And we're going to see where it goes for the time being. You can see the players just getting cleared out though. Shinigami with 2 in the vents finds both players, but OGT is spawning in the back. They have a split spawn. The pinch is in. Ray's gonna find one in the back, and you can know there's, well, there goes number 2. Shinigami gets caught on the hop up, and number 5 is gonna be the last player in. Carnage gets 1. Carnage gets 2. Looking to make it some more. The pistol's out. Is not able to find any more, but there's enough of a distraction that Tweak is able to come in from the back and finds both of those players. And Tweak's now holding down this back line. 2 players to shoot at. Got to change up the angle. Not able to catch that. And now they know they're coming back down the vent. Karmi gets 1, but it's contested. Gets flanked. That's going to be Swanee in the hill. We're basically tied up right now as Carnage is going to come in. Everyone's just coming right behind, one after the other here. As it's, 10 seconds to go. They're heading towards new. Toronto Toronto's going to be there already and ready and set up. Ray gets cleared out, so that last few seconds of scrap time actually is not going to go the way of OGT. So we're going to see here as the players from Toronto are going to now, try to deal with these flankers. There goes one. Number 4 here. Swanee is the player to watch for. Ling is calling in this cruise. And in spirit of coffee, that hit a rooftop. I don't know how that got any of the kills, because that hit the roof. Somehow, apparently, the explosion either went through the roof or went enough of around it in a circle that it killed both players. But that's a huge double kill there to break that one open. Toronto was forced to spawn on the other end of the map. It's all down to Carnage, who's not able to find a kill, goes down. OGT can't win it here, so they still have to go to new, but they are going to do everything to get as close as possible here. As that's a big double kill. Ray finds both players that are on the hop up. Is currently 28 and 21. Ling is at 35 kills. Tweak is at 39. So look at these two players are going neck and neck right now. OGT currently up to about 227 here. And I believe they're going to give up the last few seconds as we head towards this rotation. Both teams can win it on new. It is going to be pretty contested. Ray's calling in the cruise. He's going to come in, gets one player, and Ling as well. So your top fragger just got absolutely obliterated by a cruise missile. Shinigami's going to be next one up. A huge 1v1 win to hold this point down early on and maybe overchallenge that one a little bit, as Ling is going to find that. Players from Toronto now are going to have to flood this here because of the fact that, well, that old guys only needs 15 more points here. OGT can no longer win it on this, or excuse me, Toronto can no longer win it on this hill, but OGT still has the time. Swanee just trying to stay alive, trying to do whatever he can to stay alive in this corner. As Frosty comes in from behind, the distraction was enough. That's 3 dead. Toronto's going to be down. Shinigami's now calling in the cruise missile, as that's going to come in, doesn't hit a single person, and is going to be watching for where these players are. Finds one, but they got to get on towards this hill. Ray finds one, can't find the second. Ling's going to be the last one on the hill. Ling goes down. As we're going to have to head now towards P1. The lockdown here has to be there because there is going to be a ton of contesting here, and it's just going to be a super scrappy hill. Frosty, first player in, somehow is not able to find that kill. Tweak picks that one up. Second player as well. Carmi finds Ray. Ling is going to be here, and there's only 20 more seconds now. OGT has to think about this flood. Tweak's on another 5 spree here. He's at 47 kills in this hard point so far. Ling is going to go down though, and Frosty is also going to fall. Frosty finds one, Ray finds one, Ray is in, Tweak gets shut down in the back. Shinigami's going to be in the hill for this contest, finds that kill. 245 and counting. Both players, teams only 5 seconds away. Frosty will fall as well. It's going to be Carnage in the hill. Carnage is trying to find it. It's going to be contested. Everyone goes down. The cruise missile takes out 3 people, including the Toronto player. Tweak is now going to be on the hill at 50 kills. The hero that they needed with that last cruise missile finds the 2-piece. Swanee's going to contest for the last second. Swanee goes down, and the last contest will get shut down. It's going to be Toronto, who pulls it back at the very end as they pick that one up. 250 to 240. I think 45 is going to be your final count. It's just the final kill. Just everyone. Carnage gets this last contest kill, and honestly, even if come back, it's map number 2. It's Invasion S&D between Toronto and Old Guys Texas. Toronto snuck out map number 1. As we're getting right underway, I don't even have enough time to introduce my co-caster now, as Hyperactive is on the desk now with me, so you don't only have to hear my voice anymore. I'm sure some of you are pretty happy about that. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, you know, relaxing, chilling, but I tell you what, these guys are not relaxing or chilling, especially if you're Old Guy Texas. I heard, a little birdie told me, because I came in, that Tweak, this man we're watching right here, dropped a 50 bomb to bring Toronto into map 2, and already left in a 1v2 situation. Well, it was a 1v3. He's got to be dropping bombs again.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, again, I mentioned, you know, going into this switch, into the switch in the map and mode, right? Invasion S&D, not the most SMG friendly map. There's going to be a lot of long sight lines. Probably going to have to switch to an AR. Doesn't seem to be a problem right now. Needs a 1v2. It would be the ace as well if he pulls this one off. As he's just scurrying around the map, I think, you know, took some shots, knows where one player is. And it's going to go for this one. It's going to get basically one shot, trying to dive around and get this player. Is going to just have them one shot and will get the kill. It's going to have to force this plant, though. And Ray, I think we saw his legs.
Yeah, I think the legs
were open. The legs and he backed up.
Tootsies were out. But Ray, he actually I think he's playing safe. He's playing safe to try and keep himself alive. And that worked brilliantly because you saw immediately Tweak looking over towards info, seeing if he is staying around there. But no, Ray deciding to go in for that rotation. 50-50 move. And Old Guys Texas immediately take map 1. And I would probably say with more confidence than it looked.
I mean, definitely. I mean, to be fair, Ray and Ling are the two leading players on the side of OGT. The confidence that they have is definitely there, and definitely had the confidence to go for that in the 1v1. They knew who they were up against, and they were more than happy to go for that chow. And Ray picks it up in the 1v1, prevents the ace, prevents the 1v3 clutch as well. And we're going to see some players postured all the way around the map. Shinigami's going to get traded here. So we're going to open up with a real early 3v3. Karmi is so deep on this bridge, like so far away. But is it a perfect line of sight? Knows exactly where these guys are coming. They have absolutely no idea. And is going to find one, looking to make it 2, but gets traded 1 for 1 as Swanee got brought down to 39 HP. And now we're in a 2v2. It's just trades galore right now. And Carnage might have a great angle here. Can't find one, and well, we're still in the 2v2.
Yeah, and that information, that advantage of Shingimi, however you pronounce that name, I do apologize, gave an opportunity for Toronto to wrap around. And now you can see Carnage able to create this pincer maneuver with Tweak in the middle. So that bomb's going to struggle to go down with 30 seconds left. So if you're Old Guy Texas, you have an option. You go for the force and you go towards the site committed to, or you do exactly what Swanee is doing and quickly rotate over, because you've actually drawn everybody to A, and you hold tight as Ling. Well, you might be able to pick up 2.
Yep, and Ling Carnage are going to be, all the way on the side of the map. I mean, Ling is just holding the map A, right? They are so far away. Carnage, though, will find that kill. It's going to be now down to Swanee in the 1v2. Knows where at least one of them is coming from here. Tweak is going to be, all the way out here over by the embassy trying to find something. Both players are going to be coming from the same angle here, but they're beginning to run out of time, right? You only got 17 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be the first kill. Swanee, you got to hide here. I think knows that where the second player is. Tweak has to run this one down, killing so much time here. And actually, it's going to be Swanee who picks it up. The 1v2 is complete. Holds off both players, and that is going to be OGT taking a 2-0 lead here to open things up. The Swanee played this so well and landed those shots at the end. The great headshot there takes out Tweak. And they're shutting down that top player on the side of Toronto right now.
They really are. They're not allowing Toronto really to find a good... Well, they're allowing good strategies come through, but there's always seems to be another one ahead of it. And my good old caster Scav describes particularly the way you have to play Invasion is like a chessboard. You've got to be thinking 5 steps ahead, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead to be able to counter those moves. And Old Guys Texas, OGT, well, they definitely have something in the bag, but at this current point in time, Toronto opening kill, and they're going to say thank you to the early advantage.
Yep, and that's, Carnage and Karmi both chiming in with kills. It's now going to be Ray, last player alive in a 1v4, is able to find one, and they're just going to start challenging this, it looks like, as you can see Karmi peeking out here. Shinigami's going for that bomb plant, as Ray's going to back up. All these angles are basically being held. You're going to have Carnage here in the alley, is going to fall. Ray has brought it back to a 1v2 here. The bomb is down, but this is now a 1v2. It's very doable.
It's massively doable. A good nade, a good throw, no trophies out and going to stop it. So that's a good saving grace. Information slightly given away, but with 27 seconds left, Ray, the pressure starts to mount up. We've seen crazier things. Just needs timing. He gives his position away. Now there's an opportunity. That was a leg. That was 100% a leg, Shinny. Oh no! An opportunity that just fell through the cracks, and Toronto gets the first round on the board.
Oh man, I mean, it was, Ray. I think the gun, the ADS going through that door might have blocked the sight. I mean, we have X-ray, so we know exactly where they are. But I think, Ray was blocked by that gun barrel, and I bet what happened too is that Ray went out, got into that fight, and somebody on the team yelled, "You saw him!" And then, distraction. Ends up going down anyway. Both players were pointed towards that door, so Ray was probably not making it through that doorway. But at the end of the day, Toronto's going to pick up their first round win. Carmi's going to be on a 2 streak as well, so we'll carry that into this round here. As Carnage... Oh! Whoa! Oh, good morning.
That's a start. If you are Toronto, you want to bring the nades from above, and 4-2 in terms of lives, and still a minute to go. Tweak, he's not tweaking anymore. He's found his rhythm, and Toronto coming alive from the deficit, and they've found something that works. Now, Frosty left alive in the middle of nowhere, and that was all for Toronto to lose, and they did not lose.
Nope, definitely not. They're able, you know, I mean, just capitalizing on that nade too. Fantastic play out of them, and Tweak finds the other 2 in the round. That is 3 players now on streaks. I mean, I say streaks is 2 in a row, but that's basically a streak here, you know, in S&D, as all those players are going to be kind of, you know, available and threatening now, right? It's going to be 2-2. We're tied up. It's now going to be 1st to 4 from these teams. Best of 7 is now with this S&D as we're going to head in. It's going to be Toronto on the attack here. Going to toss those nades out, and they're going to be directing their attention towards the A half of the map here. Ling, though, going right through the smoke. Are they going to be aware of this? There's going to be nobody here paying attention. Ling is going to sneak right up on him and gets an easy first blood. And looking to make a second, can't do so, but Frosty traded 1 for 1, so it's going to be a 2v3. OGT with the advantage.
Yeah, OGT really playing that advanced play, and I love to see it. Oh god, I think again POV would have actually been in favor for the old guys Texas. Oh no, Toronto fell for the trap again, but again we've got X-ray, we can see through. This seems to be COD timing in its finest today.
I mean, it is COD timing all over the place, it looks like, right? Everyone just turns a corner, and, you know, someone just looks in the wrong direction, and, you know, there's the explosion. There goes everything. It all goes boom. Frosty picks that one up. But yeah, just, you know, everyone is just, you know, conveniently looking away at the wrong time, and that's basically where it's all been going. That's OGT with their 3rd round on the board. And we're going to see it might be going back and forth. And, you know, the next team that takes an offense might be the winner of this map. We've already seen a couple offensive rounds so far here tonight. And I'm looking to see whether or not that trend will continue here, because offenses are usually pretty hard to win on this map. And so far, both these teams have taken 1 apiece. So we'll see if that is going to continue, if it's going to be mostly defense for the rest of it. This is much more static, right? I mean, the Toronto players trying to find a way to hold this one off. You can see them just in like a line across the map, and OGT is, you know, not really pushing aggressively either. There's no rush in a direction. They're pretty far back here. So we're going to see how this round develops, and this one will probably come down to the clock unless there's a big movement that happens. Frosty, I wonder if he got spotted. Shinigami might have seen the head, but doesn't look like it. Frosty's going to go for this jump up to see possibly. Can't see him.
Can't see him. Nice bar in the way. That is so helpful. And Frosty, he's just waiting, but so is Shin. He's just waiting there, but as soon as Shin comes out, no, Link's got in. So brilliant crossfire work, and as soon as there was movement, OGT start to come alive. Down to Carnage, left in a 1v4, a dream scenario. 23 seconds left. Bomb still has to go down. It's a very, very thin lifeline for Carnage. It is a dream scenario, but we do not rule out the man with the name that could do it all. Carnage, you gotta take it slow. Find those 1v1s. And Frosty looks to be the first target around the corner. No! OGT just waiting patiently.
And there's your offensive round, right? OGT may be able to take that all the way now, even if it goes, you know, back and forth for the remainder of this series. They're going to be the first one to reach 6, and that was, you know, pretty convincing fashion as well. You know, big early pick, followed up by more picks. It's a flawless round of OGT, and they're able to take that lead again. So 4-2 is going to be your score. They reach out by 2, but the last time this happened, Toronto won. What is that skin?
The Teletubby skin.
What?
You've never seen the Teletubby skin?
No, I have not. What?
If you think that's bad, I was very fortunate to cast a team called Teletubbies whose names were Tinky, Winky, Dipstick, and Lala. And I think one of them maybe have been Poe, but I had to cast them, and then they all, midway through the game, changed to that skin. I was not able to keep a straight face, and this was a proper semi-pro game that I had to do. But nonetheless, to this game, with one Teletubby still alive, as all 4 will remain, Toronto slowing things down, but so is OGT, not playing as aggressive as they were before. Toronto, a little damaged, a little wounded. They just need to find a way to get to B. Use those smokes at the right place at the right time, but Frosty saying, no, you're not going to make any passage past the tank. And now, Toronto left wounded and down to life.
We're going to see Toronto all the way in the back. That's Frosty. I don't know how you can see that, because I can barely see that with the X-ray on there, but somehow getting the shots in at long range, but not enough to finish the kill. 15 seconds to go here. The 3v4 Tweak is taking fire from every direction. The players are trying to collapse here on towards the point. Ling finds one though, and that should shut this one down. I don't think they're going to have a chance to get anywhere near a bomb site here, as Ling is going to find another in the middle of the map. And Carnage, last player alive, no time left. OGT wins another. They go up to match point here. As you know, I think they're firing on all cylinders now, and they're not happy about that loss in the first map for sure.
Yeah, losing it by only 4 points is a huge stab in the heart, and I'm not surprised OGT have taken the steps and, you know, taking them 2 at a time. Not the one, just 2 at a time, really taking leaps and bounds. And 6-2 victory would be very comforting, but I still feel Toronto's got something to give. There's something within the backpack that they could pull out. So off to the races these fine gentlemen go. And the bomb and the old guy Texas, well, they're not really racing. They're just taking their time.
Yeah, Tweak opens up though, pulls out the SMG, says he's had enough of this. First blood. Shinigami though is not able to win that one at point blank range. Ray with the MCW picks that kill up instead. And Ray's gonna, oh, he's going for the nerd spots. All right, he's trying to get up top. See if he can. There you go. And is gonna be prone to watch this. They're not gonna be expecting this, but at the same time, doesn't really know a whole lot beneath. But it's gonna be a 2v3. It's gonna be Ray and Frosty looking for these as Ling is gonna fall. Excuse me, actually, no, that was already there. That happened a while ago. That was just fading off the kill feed, so that was my bad. But Frosty's all the way in the back behind all these players. They got to get back to this bomb at somehow here. But Tweak, I think, heard footsteps, knows where number 8, Ray, is on the map, and is going to spot them on this cross. Is going to find that kill. It's now going to be a 1v2 here. Frosty up against Tweak and Carnage.
Yeah, they don't have the information. That's the problem. This is where Frosty is able to take advantage of the bomb plant. They don't know where he is, and now the bomb down. Toronto have a bit of a situation here, because Frosty dipping, diving, trying to get around. Frosty just needs to play the lives right. He's got the piece of information. He goes for the first, but the defuse might come in. No, Tweak decides not, gets the kill, and says thank you very much. He could have gone for the defuse, but he wanted the kills. Now he puts himself onto a 3 streak. I said, Toronto has something in the backpack. What more do they have after that?
Well, apparently they got something going here, because, yeah, Tweak wanted to go for that. Just went out for the kill instead, picks that one up, had plenty of time to spare for that defuse. But Toronto keeps themselves alive in this map. And we're still on match point for OGT, and it is going to be a Toronto attack round here. We're going to see if they can break through again. They haven't been able to since, you know, round number 3 or so. So we need to see it happen here.
They, realistically, Toronto needs to change up the pace. I think they should rush into A, take out Ling while you're at it, get that bomb planted, and get it done and dusted. Well, there's the first part of the plan I was talking about. There is a delay, right? Because they've done exactly what I have just said. Changed the tempo, gone straight to A. Man, these guys are mind readers, or I am one hell of a coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically telepathic, right? And there goes Swanee as well. So 4v2 on the map. Frosty is gonna drop Ray. Now in a 1v4 finds one. Probably not going to find much more here. And it's just, you know, really you're just trying to shut down Tweak's streak right now. But that's not going to happen. Going to fall. Toronto's up to 4 here. And, I mean, I guess he kind of had a 5-3. Does 5-3 curse count if it was a 5-2 and then a 5-3? I'm not really sure how it works. But we might be on pace for it here. There is your attacking round 1. Carmi picks that one up, though, so that does mean that Tweak is still 2 away from that cruise missile here. But you got to keep an eye out there, because that could change this, especially going into round 11. Toronto has to win it to get there, but definitely something to keep an eye on here. You're going to
Yeah.
see it's going to be pop the dead silence. And oh, here comes the pace change maybe again that you were talking about. They're going right down the middle.
They are.
And
And the
there's
thing
nobody
is, old guy Texas would have seen that fast pace from before, so they can slow things down, let Toronto run into them, and in doing so, they've just halted, put on the brakes just when they need it. Carnage finds one. Can he find the second? No, but the position now given away forces that rotation to come through. Kami, unable to do anything, will fall. Tweak gets another one away from a cruise, and you said how deadly that could be. That nade, unable to hit, bomb's gone down. And now, Shimmy and Tweak against Swanee and Frosty. Tweak just needs one. Bring the cruise missile into his favor. Dips and dives, both on each side. Jumps, and not enough. Down to Shin to bring this back. Bring it to around 11. He ducks, he looks. Crew's not going to work, and that's going to go against Frosty. 1v1, 18 seconds to go. Shin knows where the bomb is. He just needs to find the last. It's so close. The stun might have done the job. 7.5 to the fuse. 7.5 is gone. OGT takes the round 10.
Oh man, it came down to the very end there, and yes, got caught in the cruise missile. Didn't end up mattering there, but yeah, I was wondering, I was like, why is he playing so far back? Turns out because he had a cruise in his pocket that I don't remember him getting. But then Swanee
clutched. It's a high-rise control.
Yep, we're going to see it right off the bat. It's going to be headed straight towards B here. Toronto's going to be flooding their way in. As you can hear the explosions going off already as Tweak going to be on this hill. The first shots come through. It's going to be Ling here. Ling finds two to open things up. Is going to be working that outside elevator. Is going to be able to move forward from there. Shinigami's gone all the way back behind their team. And there's going to be a player here on towards B, but they're going to be forcing these players to spawn so deep as Ling knows there's somebody in their spawn somewhere, some way. Ray's going to find the clear and going to clear out the player on the point. The Shinigami's going to find two, going to catch both players in the spawn. Finally gets taken out by Ray here. And they're just players in both spawns right now that are busy getting cleared out. So for the time being, the map is going to get a little bit reset as everyone, clears out all the rats in the corners. And we're going to get right back down to business.
Yeah, Toronto hesitated, I feel, a little too long to really push out Spawn. That allowed some free kills from Carnage to push, from Frosty to push back at Toronto. But in doing so, Toronto found their rhythm. Tweak getting a double and slowly pushing their way up. Now they found their way onto that B site, and they've got to start to anchor onto point. But those explosions are going to say, no, it's not going to work, even with a team kill. Old guy Texas able to make a clean wipe, and with 20 seconds left on the clock, Toronto, nothing really coming from this.
I mean, they got nothing. They haven't got a tick yet either. Just 12 seconds. They got to get on towards the point. They're finally going to do so. But Ray's going to catch Carmi crossing. So Carmi's going to go down. Tweak is going to be the next one and picks up 1 point in the back. But Ling gets the nade all the way across the map. Is able to find that. Ling finds 3 before getting traded. And that is going to be, Toronto. They didn't get anything on that.
No, and it's brilliant work from Old Guy Texas. They were able to find the clears where they needed it. They were positioned themselves that they were able to cover both sites, with main focus actually shifted north of the map. So they had more control there because it's a lot easier and more open to get the spawn traps going over by helipad. So tactically, it made more sense to stay by that site and just have the sight lines going in. And Toronto just couldn't find an angle, couldn't find a way to break through. So congratulations, but hey, the tides are turned, and now Toronto, they really wanted to steal the strategy off Texas.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Barrels immediately exploding, and there's gonna be Tweak clearing out the point. That's everybody dead for OGT except for Ray. Ray's gonna be able to find one, but the flood is on, and Toronto's gonna be pushing very hard here as they're, Shinigami's gonna find another couple there. And the first push didn't go very far.
Not very far indeed, and Shinigami is still trying to bring that spawn trap play. And he's doing what his job is intended for. He is being the aggressor. He's the one who's trying to stop the reinforcements from coming in, as there's been a small, little teeny moment going on at B. But as I say that, Swanee is going to get onto that point, but no trophy system down, and that's a rookie mistake. You've got to put your trophies onto the point, start to defend the site properly. But progression! We finally got something onto the side, and the tick advantage will go in the favor of Texas as they start to split the strategy, try and string out Toronto, but they're reading this fairly well as they're defending it nicely. Well, I spoke too soon because Texas have found their way back.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see, I mean, Carmi and Carnage both going to clear everybody out here, and Swanee's not going to be able to win that gunfight either. Goes down in blue. Carnage is clearing out B here, though. So that one pick might be the only advantage that these guys get in this game right now, because you are going to see the players, I mean, OGT not really in a position to kind of close in on any of these points. Carnage is going to find another. Tweak finds Ling, and there might be a chance here. Ray's going to find two. That might be the opening they need. Stack the point, boys. Let's go. Frosty just naded his teammate there. I'm not really sure what happened there. Threw the stun right at the oncoming teammate, but Carmi is going to come around the corner. Doesn't find one. That's 2 ticks. Big tick advantage, but Tweak finds 2 before finally going down. Gets traded out, and I think that's going to be it. But 2 ticks there, found by OGT, is going to be, you know, the advantage right now going into the 3rd round.
You sure it's done? 49 to go, and the whole team's ready, prepped and ready. They can't give it away. Yeah, no, definitely done and dusted. But I would say that time round, again, Toronto had some great positioning. The thing that let them down was the great breaks that came from Texas. They were able to make little cracks and force rotation when Toronto didn't want to. They were able to take down 2. I said you have to at least get 1 or 2 kills to make that opening. In doing so, you reshuffle the entirety of your roster, because you will be spawning over by orange, or you'll be spawning at the back of the spawns on the opposite side. So you have to rejig the entire squad to accommodate for it, and that allowed old guy Texas to be able to get a little bit of tick time. Hence, they have a 2-tick advantage going into round 5 if we go there. And at this point in time, all is too even on both sides. Tweak again starting to get things going at the moment, pretty even, but the spawn traps from Toronto, now that's looking pretty good.
Yep, you are going to see right now. I mean, Tweak sees the gun barrel, knows there's a player here, and he goes, okay, let's get him out of there, get rid of him. That's going to be Toronto here now on towards the B point. They're probably get this tick here. So that's going to be a start. You know, they finally get a tick. That's the first one of the map out of them, as they're going to be watching that as well. There he goes, you know, almost tick number 2, but there's a player in. There's the defense. Frosty and Swanee both come in. Carnage, though, on a 5 killing spree. Frosty's looking for this player in the back. Isn't going to find it. I think a teammate finally cleared that one out. And they're going to, you know, get rid of this second tick here. And unless Tweak has something to say about it, finds Ling. Looking for Swanee here. Won't find that kill. 21 apiece in the lives here as things, you know, kind of calm down, I guess, as we reset across the map. But that's going to be Toronto with at least 1 tick as, you know, here we go. On towards the A point. They're on towards A once again. You can hear the explosions around the map, too. You know that stuff is going up. And this A propane tank is still here. So, you know, at some point, that is going to make an impact in this map.
It will do indeed, but just again, the Texans really doing a good job at holding positions that are able to cover both sides. However, Tweak, is there a little opening? And again, what's with the trophies? Where are they at? There's nothing to defend yourself. You're left alone. And now Kami left alone to fend himself off. Now that's given him enough time for reinforcements to come in. Can the second tick come through? I even things up. Yes, it can. And now you have 2 people on point. Time's going to run a little bit faster. A little bit of hope starts to creep in if you are Toronto. But just when the hope starts to go in, 10 seconds starts to click down. And it still keeps on going. 2 on point. We might get a 3rd. There's the 3rd tick. They need to keep this alive if they want to take our entire site. 11 lives apiece, 9 seconds. Now they're focusing on the other side. A quick switch around to switcheroo. This is brilliant work for Toronto to keep the dreams alive. 9 seconds now drops. The complete wipe. Nothing that Toronto can do. It'll be a mad rush. And if they can get on, they won't get on. It's done and dusted for old guy Texas. But brilliant work from Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, just all over the place there. I mean, Toronto did a really good job and, you know, found, what was it, 3 ticks, I believe? So they do have tick advantage right now. And, you know, the back and forth worked really well. They just weren't able to actually find a whole site, right? They couldn't get a whole point. couldn't buy that additional time on the clock at all. So unfortunately, that was going to be that for the round. It's going to be OGT going up 2-1, but now they're on the attack here. So we're going to see where it comes from their side here. And it's going to be, you know, starting things off, headed directly towards A, and there's only going to be one player here.
That's going to be a major upset if you're Kami. Kami's going to come alive and see, there's a lot of people here, force the rotation. He's done a good job so far, but now the sightlines from Tweak will deny Old Guy Texas from getting onto point. A small progression done will eventually be cleared. Brilliant reaction for Toronto, and a good start for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a big kill there from Frosty and Ling, though. Each finding one. Carnage, though, going to be in deep, and Shinigami's going to clear out the point. So Carnage and Shinigami each find one here, as Ray's going to go into the 1v1 there, but it will be won by Shinigami here. So Shinigami finding all the kills, basically, to start this round off. Carnage is pushed up so far forward to start things out, and here comes everybody hopping out that window. Shinigami is going to be there to follow that one up. He just hasn't been able to get out of the point, and at the rate this is going, they're going to be behind in ticks, and they're going to lose. Oh, ouch. Carnage. That's a feels bad. A little tragic.
Yeah,
we never saw, we didn't see that, right? That never happened. Nobody saw anything, and OGT is on the point.
Clip it.
You know, just casually clip it. But nonetheless, yes, they have got the point. They are going to make progression, but this is where you're going to see Toronto start to come back, start to make movements to deny this push. Tick coming just shy, and Toronto does a fantastic job. Now Old Guy Texas has to flick over to the other side, and they're forcing Toronto to swing site to site. As I said, like before, forcing those rotations to deny the pushes. But now with 2 people on, progression's done. It's all tied up in the tick game. Now it comes down to lives. 3 on point for Texas. They really are starting to make this go. They will have defense on to the next round, but they're not looking to bring this to round 5. They want it done and dusted here. Tweak still on point, tries to get the hit, not gonna work, and progression is done on B. But at what cost? 14-8 on lives. That's a massive dent in the life count.
OGT has guaranteed defense here, though. They did get the 2 ticks necessary. They are going to have defense going into this final round. If they lose this round, it is going to come down to lives most likely. It's going to be 6-10 here, but this is definitely doable, right? These players definitely can bring this one back. Carnage, though, will find one at very long range. Frosty finds another, so it's going to be down here, but OGT now out of lives. It's going to be S&D. Each player is going to be down to 1 life left on the board, and they got a lot of angles to clear out here as they head their way towards A.
Yeah, very open site. You've got to make sure you do it right, but that's the start you want if you are Toronto. Though Frosty is gonna, well, Carnage will get 1, so 8v3. Still doable. 40 seconds left on the clock, so there's plenty of time. Take it slow and play with your food. This is where they wanted it, because now it's coming to them. 6v2. That is still not favorable, but Texas, they're playing it the way they need to. Play it slow, play it calm, and now the pressure from Toronto starts to build. Frosty, no, misses his shots. Now he's given away that singular life that's left. Gone. Done. Toronto will bring it to around 5. But Texas will have defense.
Yep, we're going to see it is going to be defense here for the side of Old Guys Texas, and that is going to be so critical on a control map, right? Toronto here was going to have to figure out to sort out this attack, because they still have not capped a whole point so far, and that is not a good sign, especially if you're a fan of Toronto right now. The fact that they've not been able to actually pick up an entire point in an offensive map where you got, well, not offensive round, where you got to find 2 or you got to kill them all. So one or the other. Honestly, they probably have better luck in the kill department, honestly, given how the way that is gone caps-wise. But we're going to see how things go. We're kicking it off with Swanee here. OGT is going to send 2 players here towards B. 2 players are going to be in the middle, trying to keep them honest here, but nobody really headed towards A. First blood to Carnage. Ling trades back, and it's just going to start out, you know, basically as you expect it to be.
Yeah, but actually, that initial start, Kami, actually did force a mild rotation to come through from Old Guy Texas. They have readjusted themselves once again, but look how open and juicy this B site is looking, and Toronto, they're going to take advantage of it. Kami onto the point, now going to start to get the progression going through. needs to win this 1v1 fight. It's very critical. Gets it done and dusted. Needs to keep himself alive. If you can get a trophy on point, that might help you out because now Tweak's inside the spawns. This is different. This is more like it. Tweak on a 5 spree as well and starting the spawn trap train. The blender filled with the juices of Texas and of no score streak going through. But this is exactly what Toronto wants. The start they need, and especially the lives advantage.
Yeah, but Carnage actually didn't spot the player hopping up, so Frosty's going to find 2. That's going to prevent the cap. I don't know how Shinigami saw that one through the smoke, but is able to find Frosty there. Prevents the cleanup there on B, so B is still mostly capped here. You're going to see one player down below. Swanee will get picked, though. The shots are going to ring out. Shinigami trying to find that player on the point. That is going to be Ray. Ray goes down. That is going to be the B point secured by Toronto with still some lives, and they're going to have a life advantage. They have a 7 life advantage here to work with off of that opening start with that spawn trap. So this is going to be huge as you make your way towards A, and it is just going to be, you know, traded out. That's all you got to do for the rest of this map is trade out, and you are going to come out on top here. And Tweak is running amok inside the spawn here of OGT, and OGT's got to, they have to figure out a solution for this soon.
They need to take out Tweak is definitely job number 1 because Tweak is giving them plenty of time for Toronto to hop onto point 3, onto point. They want this done and dusted. They want to steal away, but the explosion, the propane, we said it was dangerous and it's gone dirty. 5 lives difference, but now look at old guy Texas. They're able to push themselves right into Toronto's spawn. Oh, this is disastrous. It was looking golden for Toronto, so now they have to win on lives. They still have 55 seconds, though. There's still hope for them, but Frosty is being the pain in the rear end.
I mean, it's going to be, you know, Carmians now has to check. They got to be careful here. It's now 11-8 in lives. That lead basically erased by the propane tank here. As continuing to hear explosions going off around the map, but OGT now is set up in their defensive line. They don't have somebody to worry about that has penetrated and gotten in behind enemy lines here. Army looking to find this kill, can't finish it, finally gets it on towards Swanee here, but Ray's gonna clean one up. And you know, Toronto now, you're running out of time, down to 20 seconds. Carmi's gonna be here on the point and is gonna pick up that kill. That was a huge 1v1 against Frosty. Ray is gonna be able to catch one, but should get shot in the back. It's gonna be Tweak there. OGT is out of lives. If Tweak got that kill, that would have been absolutely insane. But Toronto here they have the lives, but they just don't have the time. They got to get on towards this point. 7 seconds to go. They're gonna go right in on it. 1v1 is gonna get traded out here. Carmi's gonna be on the point, freezing the time. Goes down. Tweak is the next one in. Goes down for Carnage. Can't get there in time. Maybe has a chance and is not going to be able to get there. That's going to be OGT taking it at the very last second on minimal lives remaining. Oh, man.
God. How do you lose that? And I tell you why. It's the propane tank. The curse of the propane tank lost. Didn't we just see this map once again? About that. So we have that beautiful explosion that we said about. Yeah, one of the players didn't spawn back in. So the round has to be reset. And this could be a blessing in disguise for Toronto. This could be the redemption story that they have been asking for, and already off the get-go they're making the redemption story the way they want it, because immediately there's another big explosion, Ling getting a 3-piece in the feed, and Toronto still making that huge progression onto B.
I mean, we almost saw the exact same situation that caused this replay happen right there, because if Ling killed another player with that explosion, that would have been 2 team kills and he would not spawn in for the rest of the series. Ling, I think, just picked up the 3rd Semtex kill in a row basically in the last, 30 seconds here. But B is already gone. A is already under threat here, because you can see there's half a tick already here, and Shinigami trying to make up for that redemption here and is going off right now to start things off. It's going to be Toronto on this immediately, and OGT has got to get here right now, because they're losing this point, and they're losing this point really quickly.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I've said it time and time again, you've got to use your trophies, man. You can't be dying to nade left, right, and center of Swanee. He finds 2, says thank you very much, and starts to form the spawn trap. And now all the work and progression that Toronto did has been pushed all the way back to their spawns. Well, you can be pushed back into your spawns. All you need is one good push and one good tick, and you're right back in the game. And that might be the push that they were needing. That's a nade kill from the nade itself.
Direct impact, the blunt kill comes in as Carnage is going to be behind, trying to stay on this point, stay alive here. It's going to be contested. Ray with his pistol out is looking for one here and is going to spot a player up close. Is not going to have any ammo left in the MCW and is going to go down. Swanee's there for the reinforcement and to hold on to this contest, but the lives are 14-7 right now. OGT in a lot of trouble in terms of these live count. This is basically what we saw last time, but this time there is not going to be a propane tank to save them here. Tweak is going to find 2. Tweak is going to find 3. OGT, no lives remaining, 3-13 here, as the last 3 players are going to be trying to get on this flank, but they won't make it in time, and Toronto is going to win out. And, well, okay, my prediction's gone, because now that is going to be Toronto taking map number 3 as they win the map 5 here on the attack. The first attack round 1 of the map. And welcome back. It's map number 4. It's going to be OGT now behind 2-1 as Toronto takes that replayed round number 5. And we're going to be right into the thick of things. It's going to be the hard point. P1 is underway, and Tweak has an AR out. I don't know why, because Tweak was, firing on all cylinders with the SMG through map 1. Guess needed a change of scenery on the map, but right now it's going to be OGT reflecting what happened on map 1 here, and they're going to go up pretty early as they take that early P1 control, and they're going to work with it for a little bit here. And, already got 20 points, 25 points and counting on a point that is usually heavily contested.
Heavily contested, but if you are thinking bigger brains, if you want to start thinking about how you can win this game on the long sense, then, well, Toronto's thinking ahead. They are looking at the rotation. As I said, mid control is very important. They've got top mid, mid block, and mid set under locks, and in doing so, you also then start taking control of P2. So rotations already for Toronto is the exact way they need to start. A small mini break for Texas does come through, and a 1v1 down low, not going to work, and Toronto able to lock down and successfully hold the second point.
If we're going to see, Ling is going to pick that one up. The oversight is going to be there. Nobody on the point, though, which means no one's going to be scoring here for the time being. Trophy down just in the nick of time as it takes out one piece here. The Tweak is going to fall, ends up going down. There's going to be players charging the point here. Ling finds another. Frosty finds 2. And Toronto right now is just kind of getting evicted out of this point. You can see they're already going for the rotation, and you can see Frosty is already there. Frosty with 2 kills, Ling with another. Toronto is just being shut down everywhere across the map right now as they're absolutely just blasted out of P2. They thought they could go to P3, and they gave up the scrap, and you're giving up the rotation as well. It's worst case scenario to open things up, and Toronto is looking to start this one a little bit far behind. It's one of those scenarios you hate where you're like, all right, we're not going to get the scrap, so we can at least get the rotation. Surprise, you don't get either here, as OGT is going to still lock that one down. Carnage is going to be a pain in the ass in the back, and Frosty's going to pick one up and, try to get these shots onto his Tweak. Tweak will find it, but still, OGT is going to be set up around this point. Finally, Carmi gets on it, so Toronto's going to score a few points here, but it has just not been a good start for the side of the Toronto Falters.
No, it's not necessarily been the greatest start, but at the same time, you can see they are trying to think ahead. They're trying to think about that next point. So the mindset, that game knowledge is there. That's why they're trying to cover off those rotations. And as I said, also trying to cover those mid points. However, when they do that, they leave weakness over to the sites, and then it allows Texas to make easy breaks as they have just done. As they again tried that rotation, it's failed because of the weakness that they've left around. And though it might be 3 on the board, Frosty's still by point, and he's still got control. Now he's been taken off, but just look at this. Old guy Texas come rushing in, and now they reclaim the point.
They just go charging right through. There's still plenty of time to go on this one. You can see Toronto is going to be spawning in that back alleyway, and they're going to have to deal with these players. Frosty going to be a nuisance, finds one, and is going to distract these players now, as well as Carnage gets taken out at range. The players are going to get through. Carmi's going to be charging this point down, and, forces the team to go there. Swanee will take out Lang, but does end up going down in the process here. The Shinigami going to be working their way through mid, as we got to catch up to the server, it looks like here. Shinigami's going to continue to just push You can see the players are forced to be spawned out. OGT is spawning all the way across the map, literally as far as you could physically be. But at this point is going to tick over. We are going to head towards new. It's going to be out on the bridge here, and OGT is going to be here first up. Swanee will find one here top mid, but Carmi will be the first on the point looking for this contestation. 3 players go down from Toronto, and OGT is going to push this lead out to 50 points and counting because Toronto is coming off spawn. They got to get there, and they got to get there in time. But right now, you can see opening kills. Carmi and Shinigami picking up 2. Tweaks find another, and it's 3 down now the other way as Toronto is going to pick this point up for a little bit.
Yeah, you can see Swanee just wanted to allow the points taken away, use the surprise to his advantage, and in doing so, also give OGT time to push right back. And just as I said before, they were starting to think, they were starting to over push onto the bridge, and in doing so, they've allowed OGT to come right back. However, that's a good break if you are Toronto, because now you're starting to position yourselves right in the place where you want to be. Baby steps away from the next point, and just when all was looking good, Texas, they saw it all coming. They knew what was happening, and they have gotten themselves over to P1 and starting to increase that lead just a little bit more.
Shinigami going for this, kept going for that contestation. There's Ling gonna be forced to back up and finds that kill. Ling's record of Semtex kills is actually insane. There's just so many here that they find as the players are going to go sliding in. He's able to find it, readjust. Big kill there on towards Tweak. There's going to be 2 more players encroaching from the back here as Ling trying to pick these ones up, and is going to end up not picking that one up. Carmi finds one. Carnage finds one. Toronto's going to pick up this hill. They're still down 50 points and counting, but this break is going to be pretty big and going to go a long way to putting a dent in this right now. As you can see, oh, and we have lost players.
Oh no, okay, Texas. I think one of them did go stationary for quite a long period of time. And yeah, most likely we're not even halfway through, and this map looks to like it will be reset at this current rate. They're still playing, so I think they are still trying to reconnect, but that lead's going to get eaten into, especially when Toronto had that position, that map advantage.
So basically what's going to happen is, because it's a point differential, it's going to be 50-point difference. So OGT needs 200 to win, and Toronto needs the whole 250 right now. So it is going to be OGT with that advantage, 50 points that Toronto's going to have to make up. They still need to get all the points, and OGT only needs to get to 200. So we're finally back in. It's going to be map number 4, and the chaos. You know, it's almost like we never left. It's right back to where we started.
It really is. It's very much the bloodbath that P1 always brings, and especially when both sides are even like this, it's a different feel. It's not like you've just come off P5 and you've rotated from bridge all the way over to here. It's completely different, and OGT already looking ahead. They know that that advantage won't last too long if Toronto keep up this pace that they've brought into this reset. And immediately OGT starting to look at the rotations down south and immediately getting broken by Toronto.
I mean, yeah, it's basically, I mean, Toronto's going to be there immediately, but I mean, the unfortunate part here, Carnage is about to get pinched on basically every angle possible. Carmi's going to find one, but that is all he's going to find. The rest of OGT comes flying in there, and that is going to be clearing them out here. Shinigami got the nade cooking. Gonna spot those legs, gets the impact, and not gonna finish that, but Tweak will be there to finish that kill. And unfortunately, Shinigami has no bullets, reloads, bad time. And unfortunately, that's, you know, just more party COD time when you reload, and that is exactly when someone's gonna walk up and get you. As we're gonna head, now you can see the rotation already on its way towards P3. There's still 18 seconds to go, so this is a pretty early rotation. Looking for these cutoffs is Ray. But Toronto's going to take down everybody there on the side of OGT, and OGT is going to be forced to spawn all the way in the top right side of the map. Ray is going to be back here, but Tweak is here for the cutoffs, gets them in the middle. Ray's going to catch one player in the back, so they know there's at least one person back there, but 2 players from OGT pinching on towards this hill, and this is going to be, should be them taking over here for a little bit at least. So Frosty in a little bit of an awkward spot, and Ray and Frosty are both going to go down. Both OGT players get cleared out here. And that was a massive swing there, but Swanee will be there, gets traded out immediately. Tweak goes down, and Ling, will finally have this hill set up and ready. As you know, some will barely ahead to shoot at. Frosty finds 2, Carnage in from the back, finds 1, can't find 2, and OGT is going to have this hill for the time being.
Yeah, and and it did drop down that gap, as we have to do the maths in our head. 20 points it did drop down to between the two teams. I know the scoreline doesn't really reflect it, but not really much we can do regarding it. But Toronto, they've come out guns blazing, and they're making sure they're putting up the fight to OGT. However, this rotation has not worked in their favor. This is not the sight they want to remember off the get-go, because already Ling doing some damage, really starting to hold things up. And Shinigami, first to enter the point, first to enter P4, a hard sight in itself to lock down in the first place. But you have Frosty jumping from behind, finds one, can't get the flick around for the second. He will continue to do damage. Ling again, the rotation denier, doing the dirty work. Is going to find another. Yes, no, he doesn't. Brilliant work from Swanee, and Swanee does get that deny.
I mean, we're going to see Tweak is going to go down, though. Ray with a big double kill there, starting this one off 11-5, so pretty hot start. Shinigami, though, from the back will get taken out. It's going to be traded out here, and OGT still holding on to that point. So right now, the score doesn't reflect it up top, but it's going to be like a big lead right now. It's going to be about, 80 points in the lead is going to be OGT as they're reaching the 100 here. They only need to make it to 200, so they're already halfway there on the board. As you can see, the players wrapping all the way around the back, but Swanee's going to be here on this hill. Toronto trying to get close to it, and they are just being kept so far away. Look at these 1v1s across the map that are all being won by OGT. They're just spread out, making sure that Toronto is spawning as far away as possible, and then just catch them from behind. They're playing this perfectly. Just all across the map, they've won every single gunfight. The team is collectively, on a 12 streak right now. And it is just OGT playing this to perfection. I love this setup. I love the way that they're playing this. And this is definitely looking OGT favored right now. Ling just picked up a cruise. Frosty's one away from a cruise here as well. Swanee also is going to be on a 4 streak here. Looking to make it 5. Does make it 5. Makes it 6. 3 cruise missiles for OGT. It is going to rain fire.
Oh my god, the whole Hellfire system being something the US have, well, they're gonna deploy it like the Americans would love to do. They can't deploy all 3 at the same time, but hey, place it at the right point, you can easily do it, as there's only 45 points remaining for OGT. Remember, they have to get to 200. Toronto Falters have to get to 250. First cruise has been deployed. I tell you what, Toronto, they need to be perfect from here on out, and that's not the start you want to see. As again, OG, close they are from winning it.
Yeah, I mean, they are just closing. They're only 40 points away here, and Toronto's going to be on this hill. OGT looking for a way to break into this P1, and right now they're just getting shut down. The door is being slammed every which way they go right now. But Frosty has found a way in, finds one, looking to get that kill on range against Carmi, but will end up falling. OGT will be there to pick up the last few seconds of scrap time here, but the P2 rotation is in. It's going to be Toronto set up and ready to go here, as that's going to be Swanee finding 2 big kills. That's going to be a 2v4 now on the map. Toronto has to fall away from this P2 to try to set up and get some more cutoffs. Tweak finds one, but will get caught. The point is about to be swarmed here by OGT players. Toronto is going to end up giving that one up here, and now this is going to be more of a problem here for Toronto. You got to get in. You can lose the map here on this hill. You got to get them off a point. Ling is going to end up, just staying alive. Ray finds one as well, and this is a big problem for Toronto. They're going to be in, but they only have 1 player on, and with Carnage falling, this may be the last of this map.
It's going to be a mad dash from Toronto. You can see they're putting everything into it. Cruz going in, finding 2, opens up the opportunity, but from Texas, not there to capitalize on it. Reality is they can just look and go and rotate 9 seconds. They're going to pick up this 9 seconds of scrap time as well, because you can see the Lin is going to do a good job at defending, and it's only 1 point needed. 1, just 1 from Texas, and it will be denied from Toronto. They will keep this going to the bitter sweet end. But how long can they hold? How long can they be perfect? Because perfection takes time. Cruz doesn't hit. As once again, they stay for longer. Ray underneath. We're only going to get a lot of information from above. Tweak able to deny all the push that Toronto gives. Now the aggression. They start to push. Have they made an opening? Not yet. Still one. Holding on to points. And Toronto, they're keeping this alive.
This will probably be the greatest hold you'll ever see if they're able to hold on to this one. And right now it's just absolute chaos, and they're holding the line. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's a perfect hold so far. OGT looks like they're giving it up. They're gonna head towards next, which is gonna be a little harder to be held. Carmi will fall, and with 3 seconds to go, it's gonna pop. That is gonna be the map going the way of OGT as it ticks over to 200. That is gonna be it. Map 4 going the way of OGT means we are headed to the map 5 high rise.
That was a series indeed, and it looked even at first. It looked even going into this hard point, and I'm only going to base this off the reset. I'm not going to focus much on...
Yeah, my pick here is also for Texas. I think they did a fantastic job on that map number 2. And the follow-up since then, right? These maps have just been so incredibly close. And they basically lost, you know, unfortunately, you know, it was a bit of a technicality. And I mean, I think they were going to lose that round, that map 5. Oh. Frosty? Frosty, don't...
Frosty!
This guy's going to give it 2 heart failures in a row. And Carmi's waiting for this too, you know? Like, Frosty, like, oh my God. Frosty,
don't worry,
my man.
I'll bring the defibrillator to your house. You're local to me. It's all good. They will get taken out. Even if it was full damage, it would have been from the gun. With the, the panic endured within that small segment allowed Toronto to have the advantage. Bomb is slowly making its way up. Swanee gets a little love taps just to make the presence known. But Toronto making the defense nice and strong. Kami gonna find one. Is there a second? No. Ray says thank you very much, and now the rotation will push through as Ray is getting aggressive. Brings it to a 2v2. Now 2v1.
It's now making a 1v1 here. Ray on for the ace as well. Has found all 3 up until this point. Is gonna spot it. Shots go out. 18 seconds to go, and I don't think is gonna have the time to really go for a rotation here. It does have a trophy down, but it's not going to do. It's all going to be gunny basically here as the shots come out. Ray looking to make this one happen is going to just run it down. The players are going to run away here. I don't think Shinigami got far enough here, but no, the chase is there. And it's going to be Toronto picking it up despite basic, like massive heroics basically coming out of there from the side of Ray. It just wasn't enough as Shinigami kind of looked like he was kind of double taken. I'm like, oh, do I want to get around the corner? Do I want to run away, or do I turn around? Turns around and wins that gunfight. Oh, made it a close. And Ray definitely pulling out some heroics there, but Toronto's going to take your first round of map number 5.
Yeah, Shinigami did exactly the work he needed to. He knew not necessarily winning that gunfight was going to be the advantage that he has. Instead, play the clock, play time, force old guy Texas in this horrible situation. So good map play and good knowledge. But hello, Ray. There's a good amount. Is that body he can see, or is that body hidden?
We saw it. Definitely saw it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah, that was as soon as he ADS through the wood, you know he knows where it is, and it took a few attempts, but no kill will come off it just yet. But that bomb, oh, it's looking juicy. It's looking like it's gonna go towards B.
I think Carmi spotted the jump that time there as well, so that Carmi knows now that there's gonna be somebody there in back pain and finds for his blood. Ray's gonna go down. The hero from round 1 does end up falling, and Frosty is gonna be buried in this corner. I don't know how that propane does not kill the player up on top. Somehow that player is still alive. I don't know how, but Ling is gonna put some shots at range into that player, and Swanee is gonna have that player pinned in the corner, finds Carnage, and is gonna try to get away, getting chased down here by Shinigami in the corner as Shinigami finishes that one off. And now it's gonna be Ling's turn in the 1v2, and is not gonna do better than the teammate. Will end up going down. Toronto first 2 rounds going their way.
Yeah, but we saw what happened last time. The first 2 rounds went into their favor, and then next thing you know, Texas Just came right the way back. I'm sorry, I saw the Optic Texas banner, and then my brain instantly went to CDL. We don't want lawsuits here, I promise.
I mean, it's gonna be, yeah, old guys here is gonna now gotta make something happen here on this offense. You're dealing with, you know, not too much found so far on this map. As the start, gonna spot Shinigami, I think has been seen. Ray might have seen a pixel. Maybe not, but Shinigami's gonna fall away. And there's gonna be nobody here down this lane. Everyone's just in a holding pattern. It's kind of interesting because you look at the mini map, all of OGT seems to be up top. They are not paying attention to down below at all. You know, Frosty here is actually looking, but for a while, I don't think anyone was really looking in towards the underground at all here. We're gonna see who's gonna be the first one to put their toe out of line here, but it looks like they're just flooding their way in, and they're right by a player. It's somebody, yeah, number 6 caught napping a little bit here. Carnage will get caught, get traded out. Man advantage going over to the side of OGT, and not able to finish that kill on a tweak may be huge for this round.
Bomb's going to go down, so this is now going to give Texas a massive advantage here as well. Tootsie's around! Tootsie's was claimed! It wasn't a full commit! Kami is going to be so annoyed, and now if he doesn't win this round, it's going to make it 10 times worse. 1v2. It's a dream scenario if you can pull it off, but there might be another as he brings it back to a 1v1. Look behind you, buddy! Frosty's there! And Kami, by the skin of his chinny chin chin, will go for the defuse, but has Frosty ready? Has Frosty spotted? The defuse is going in, and this is brilliant for Toronto. They've got it done and dusted. What a defuse!
That's a 1v3 coming out of Carmi. Just clutching it up. You know the butt cheeks were clenched for sure there as he just goes and hops it. And I mean, I thought Frosty was going to go check that basically. Go up the ladder, did not do so. And instead tried to go for the long angle, and in that time process, the wall bang not coming through in time. And that is what you want to see coming out of your captain. If you're Toronto, going up 3-0 in the game 5, and Carmi's giving them a lead.
Kami's giving them a huge lead indeed, and he might just get a free kill at it as well. As he sees the trophy system down, that was the giveaway of a player close by, but look how close he is to Swanee. Can almost breathe on each other at this point, and they probably would give away their location. I think Swanee heard the laydown as well, because no deady's been popped, just sound upon sound. But nonetheless, bomb hovering, 50 seconds to play with, and if you're Toronto, you're in no rush. You want to gather that information, you want to understand where those final 2 remaining players are. Is again Kami. He doesn't know. Steve does not know that Swanee is just waiting around the corner, but Swanee looking the wrong direction. This could open up a free bomb plant here if they play the cards right.
Yeah, Ling hasn't seen anybody in a while, so they kind of know, oh, he can't see it. Oh, now he can. There you go. Okay. Oh, he doesn't actually get the kill. There's one. Not able to get the trade. And now Ling in a 1v2 again. I mean, it was just, man, I didn't know you could plant that far out, and the adjustment, it was, you know, short 1 bullet basically. Toronto up 4-0. They heard our predictions apparently, and they said, yeah. You guys can't predict anything apparently. It's 4-0.
That is a huge margin. We sat here, we said, oh, the way they've been playing, it's gonna be more the side of Texas, but let's be real. Who did the better job? Who was able to bring that round 5 over to their side with confidence? And realistically, that was Toronto. So I am not surprised that we're seeing quite a harsh sweep coming in, because they went final round a full-on sweep onto Control. And they want to continue this pressure as they look to go south towards that B site.
Can I just say, this would be such an anticlimactic finish if this was a 6-0. After the series we've had, I'd be so sad, honestly, if that's how this ends up. But I mean, right now, again, Toronto with first blood, Ling has fallen, and that is a problem. And I mean, Carmi as well is on a 4 streak here, so keep that in mind, because a cruise missile may come in play, assuming Carmi stays alive long enough. But that is going to be evening up the odds, and OGT is going to have a man advantage to work with right now. The Swanee thought about it, I guess, and now Shinigami's working around the back. Carmi will fall, though, so Shinigami now in a 1v3, but they've already seen their team win one of these. It is not unthinkable that, you know, Shinigami can do one as well. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, Caster's Curse at its finest.
As I'm talking it up, it's like, it happened once. You can't say it won't happen again. And then, nope. Ray said no.
We've had one. We've had one. We've been blessed on the situation. We are never getting another one for a good while. And there goes my little hidden gem of a brilliant moment. That's me done for the next month until I get something beautiful. But again, finally, OGT around on the board. So the 6-0 predictions, the 6-0 fears that we were looking at, no, they're not going to happen. But is this the start of the momentum that Texas is going to bring? Or is that just a fluke that we just saw?
Yep, we're going to have to see what goes on here as well. I mean, the push was there from Frosty, but they might line up. There goes one, looking to make it two. Swanee can't find the second, and that is going to be Toronto now. It's going to be Ray in a 1v3. Everyone down. The team just collapsed around, and that's going to be Toronto on match point.
Ooh,
well, that was quick.
Yeah, Toronto
blitzed right through that one.
Done and dusted. They want it done and dusted. They want it done, gone, and they want to go to sleep. And to be honest, I feel a lot of people want to sleep right now, and I don't blame them. It's 11:17 Eastern Standard. They've got the jammies on. They've got the blanket ready, bro. They're ready to put this in the bed.
No, absolutely. I mean, Toronto's blowing their way right through it right now. Carmi as well, the captain leading the way, has been relatively quiet over the course of this series. We're going to see what happens here. Because we're going to see where it goes here. Frosty finds first blood. It's going to slide. Oh, the tax stance.
Well,
going to cost him.
Texas are evil. Level pegging in this situation so far, but they're all bunched up together. They're playing the Scabby system, aka Buddy system. If you listen to enough of our cast, you understand that funny little quote. But Toronto able to get something back into their favor to close this game out, 3v2. But the Tonic up above, Ray spotted him out, bring it to a 2v2. No, the suicide comes in as well. Now it's down to Swanee to keep this game going. Jumps up, not gonna work. It's gonna be a 6-1 for Toronto Flatters, and the job and fairly anticlimactic ending will be completed. And I'm all that hype, all that waiting. I'm actually